Which of the following films was John Abraham not a part of? Imran.
Kabhi Alvida Na Karna.
So it's still 2-1.
I got overconfident with that one.
Which of the following actresses has Emraan Hashmi never worked with?
Imran, you've not worked with Deepika, no? Deepika? You've not worked with Deepika?
Correct.
But
he said the right answer, na? He's saying
yes. Answer ही बोला है उसने.
He's trying to confirm it.
Pretty brutally honest about the way we feel about the film. And very honestly, I'm not saying this because this is an interview.
That is a modest sex symbol right there.
No. I say this on record. Networking is not important. The work that you do is very important.
I've heard people from the industry, the trade, say that, this is suicidal. Why would you do something like that?
And we're here. This is our film together. This is a journey of 20 years we've had. Both of us have survived. Our film is a cinema experience and we must put our film on the big screen, and the first window obviously has to happen on OTT.
It won't generate the kind of buzz or it won't get the kind of collections as a mass entertainer would.
John and Imran, welcome on Bollywood Hungama, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Congratulations. The first reports of Mumbai Saga coming in and people are liking it.
Great.
What are your first thoughts?
No, I'm very happy. Because Imran and me both, we watched the film as viewers and not as people who are involved in the film. And both of us are pretty brutally honest about the way we feel about the film. And very honestly, I'm not saying this because this is an interview. Both of us have genuinely liked the film as an audience, and I'm happy people have resonated with that.
I mean, it feels every release is the same. You still get those nerves and the anxiety a day before and morning of the release. It just feels nice that those first few things that come in, that start trickling in. एक तो दुबई से खबर आती है वेडनेसडे को, वहां से शुरू होता है, फिर थर्सडे, फिर आहिस्ता आहिस्ता it gets clearer, so love the praise.
You guys are sharing a very fine camaraderie and chemistry, as we say it. Maybe it seems that you guys have worked at least in 3-4 films, and then the sort of understanding which comes in actors that is on display. So apart from the songs that you guys have had, chartbuster songs, what else is common amongst you? The fact that you guys are punctual as well, that is common too.
I think debut films with WhatsApp, and I remember seeing Jism very long back. Obviously, in 2003, we debuted in the same year. My film Footpath came out in 2003, so it's pretty much the same number of years in the industry. Yeah,
I think Imran's an easy person, a very easygoing person, very secure in his space, and I think I'm the same too. And I revel and I flourish around people who are very positive. And I think Emraan brings out the best in me, and I feel good about working with him. And I wish we do a lot more work together because he's a good man.
I was thinking about you guys before this interview, and I just came to one common ground between the two of you, that both of you you have this unique distinction of being symbols, male sex symbols. So did you share any notes?
I guess the note I took from John is just when you're off the set, that pretty much roam around in probably a banyan or tank top like he's roaming around right now. And as much as possible, kind of make your body in a way that you can remove your shirt as many times as possible. Meri body itni achhi bani nahi hai abhi. Work in progress. But yeah, I've taken the inspiration from him.
I think with me, I think the common thing that we share is, I think both of us, maybe it's the Bhatt school of acting that we come from. There's a very untold intensity that we have that adds a lot to the way we perform on screen or way we are seen on screen. And I think that's probably far more appealing than anything else, than some fancy dancing or fancy clothes. So I think we are far away from the fancy dress competition, and we concentrate on intensity.
That is a modest sex symbol right there.
No, I mean it.
Okay, so Imran, do you remember that scene from Dostana where he came out from?
Yeah, from the water. That's the male equivalent of the Bo Derek shot.
That's a
from the
good
James
statement.
Bond films. Yeah.
Apart from the fact that a lot of things that you guys we're talking in lighter vein, but both of you you are no nonsense in many ways. You don't get into those traditional Bollywood parties the way it is, and we've never heard you guys talking out of turn or कोई gossipy element आप लोगों का नहीं, अपने काम से काम रखना and let your work do the talking. That is a nice common ground as well, right?
Yeah, I mean that's something that I discovered about John when we shot. I think there's a similarity in that. That's why I respect him so much, because it's kind of similar ideologies of kind of segregating your professional life and keeping the personal life aside, and that having a certain sanctity and them not bleeding into each other. I think that, at least for me, I mean, that gives me a sense of peace and sanity. It's very important for me to switch off after that 9 to 9 shift. That keeps me sane. And I don't want to talk shop when I'm away from, the arc lights or from promotions. I want some time away from Emraan Hashmi, the actor. And I think John is the same.
Right. So, John, you've never really got into that that statement that is very, very often heard within the film industry, by networking important hai, or good books mein rehna important hai, parties important hai, and certain other vices which are important as well. You've stuck to your belief, and you've taken your chances, and you've survived, and you've done well. You are one of the stars that we've had in the last 2 decades. How's been the journey?
Yeah, it's been interesting. I think, and I say this on record, networking is not important. The work that you do is very important. I've been told by producers that you should network because then you stay within our mind space. We discuss you. I don't believe in that, and I don't agree with that. And I think I just go home, do my I do my work, and I go home, and everything's fine. And Imran and me, I mean, I speak for him also. We've started in the same year, so there's something we've done right, and I think we must take a lot of encouragement out of that we haven't made wrong decisions. We've made very different decisions. Films have failed, but that doesn't mean we have failed. There's a difference, and I think we take a lot of encouragement out of our choices, and we're very positive about the choices we make. It really doesn't matter whether you succeed or fail, and that's one of the biggest advantages we both have. We want to try. I remember Imran in one interview saying, last year I wanted to try something different the whole year round. And I think that's very interesting, when you have the guts to try something different and you're not a run-of-the-mill actor that's chasing just commercial numbers. So that's good. And I think that's why we've survived.
Interestingly, both of you have done several films where you have concentrated on the cerebral element, thoughtful element, certain films that have had certain maybe they're more than films, like Madras Cafe, for example, for right. John, and and Shanghai, for example, for Imran. Just 2 examples that are coming offhand. But you've always you guys have always believed in massy entertainers, like what Mumbai Saga is. Maybe it may necessarily not be in consonance with your belief system, but you understood that this is good for the industry. This is good for your entire what is called as branding in a way, and that'll get more that'll get you guys more films in terms of the numbers, the way you want, and the mounting that you want, and the sort of film that you want to do. Maybe you can continue doing that. How important is that for you to just believe in massy entertainers, which necessarily need not be something that the critics may be in consonance with, but somehow it is important for the industry?
I think it's both are equally important, and I've always used those two very parallel roads in my life as an actor. One is, of course, making those mass entertainers that are pan-India, that go through all the four corners of our country, and kind of penetrate that sensibility. That's not very close to my sensibility as an actor, as a person per se, of the consumption of films that I've kind of, also the bank of films that I've kind of been consuming through my life. But I think that's very important because that's that's a major chunk of the audience that's out there. And it's very important to kind of, get your skill set out and kind of, pitch it to that wider audience. And at the same time, I've always tried to balance it out with, say, a Shanghai, a Ghanchakar, a Harami right now, which is again a festival film, which is a small film. And I've heard people from the industry, the trade, say that this is suicidal. Why would you do something like that? It won't generate the kind of buzz, or it won't get the kind of collections as a mass entertainer would. But I tell them that it doesn't have to, because that's for another purpose. Because the kind of characterization, the author-backed characters, and actually working at your character, the process is very different. And I can, come back to these mass entertainers in a very rejuvenated, invigorated way, and learn something new from both these films that benefit either or. So I think both are very important for an actor to grow, and add to your resume.
John, you recently said that about this entire OTT thing, that you feel that cinema halls are something that you are more keen on. What are your thoughts? How have you balanced out your entire journey? It has been tough. Certain films work, certain films don't, and the perceptions change accordingly.
See, about the OTT thing, what I said was that our film is a cinema experience, and we must put our film on the big screen, and the first window obviously has to happen on OTT. Do I love the Amazons, the Netflix, the Hotstars, the Geos of the world? Yes, totally. I think they provide us with an opportunity to make so much more credible content. So I have no problem with that. In fact, I've produced a film that that's gone directly to a platform, and I have absolutely no problem with them. I think my statement, and I want to say this on record, was taken very out of context. And I sometimes get very deeply offended when things are put out of context. So I think, in fact, OTT is a big blessing. I feel Mumbai Saga is a cinema experience, and that's something that Emraan and I also discussed. When we saw the film, we said, this film should release on the big screen and nowhere else. And thanks to Bhushan and Sanjay Gupta, today this film is releasing on the big screen. So I think there are films that are meant for the platform. There are films that are meant for festivals. There are films that are meant for the big screen. And I think each film has got its own place.
We are having a quiz for both of you, that how well do you know each other, considering that we've had so many common grounds between the two of you. So there's one question for Emraan and one question for John about each other, and let's see how much do you guys know each other. The first question is for John, for Emraan. Emraan Hashmi was an assistant director for which of the following films? Ghulam, Raz, Footpath, Aap Mujhe Achhe Lagne Lage.
Ghulam, Raz, it must be Raz or Aap Mujhe Achhe Lagne Lage.
Ye bataiye.
Raz.
Raz.
Okay, he is helping. All right, that's a correct answer. Okay, so Emraan, John was born in which year? Should I give you options?
Yeah, give.
70, 72, 74, 76.
Let me help Emraan.
70.
Emraan.
74.
72.
Oh, shit.
72. So John is 1-0. So, John, what is the birth date of Emraan Hashmi?
इतना स्पेसिफिक तुम पूछ रहे हो, मुझे ऑप्शन भी नहीं दे रहे हो.
मैं ऑप्शन दे सकता हूं, अगर आप मांगेंगे तो मैं दे सकता हूं. Do you want option?
But even if you give an option to him,
I don't know about dates.
22nd March, 24th March, 22nd April, 24th April.
Then though I'll just maro one and I'll just see what I get.
So try.
I think he's April born. I could be wrong. Though I get along with people in March and April, though who are Paishans. So I don't know whether he's a Paishan.
No, it's like it's Aries. So he's
Oh,
24th March.
So he's
Very
24th.
Aries, yeah.
24th March. So yeah. Okay, now Imran can equal it. Okay, in his first film Jism and super hit film Dhoom, John Abraham had the same name. What was it? I'll give you options. Aryan, Arjun, Rocky, Kabir.
Kabir?
Yeah, that's sahi jawab. One all. One all.
Let me out.
Okay, Emraan Hashmi made his acting debut with the film Footpath. Which of the following was the lead actress in that film? Tara Sharma, Dia Mirza, Lara Datta, Bipasha Basu.
Bipasha Basu.
Correct. 2-1. Which of the following films was John Abraham not a part of? Imran. He was not a part of this film. Paap, Kaal, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, Shootout at Lokhandwala.
Kabhi Alvida Na Karna.
Shootout at Lokhandwala.
Oh, okay. Oh,
He was part of Shootout at Wadala. That's all.
Oh, shit.
So it's
Another
still
trick one.
2-1.
I got overconfident with that one.
No. That's a trick one. So 2-1. John is still leading. Let's see if John gets the next one. Which of the following actresses has Emraan Hashmi never worked with? He has not worked with one of these actresses. Shraddha Kapoor, Deepika Padukone, Huma Qureshi, Isha Gupta.
Imran, you've not worked with Deepika, no? Deepika? You've not worked with Deepika?
Correct.
Arey,
But he said the right answer, na? He's saying
मैंने answer ही बोला है उसने.
he's trying to confirm it. Okay, so John is 3-1. Let's see if what Imran has to say now. Which of the following actresses has John Abraham never worked with? He has not worked with one of these actresses. Okay. Priyanka Chopra, Kareena Kapoor Khan, Katrina Kaif, Jacqueline Fernandez.
Kareena.
Sahi jawab. 3-2. So abhi do sawal bache hain. Let's see if John gets it wrong and if Imran gets it right. Which of the following actors has Emraan Hashmi never worked with? He has not worked with one of these actors. Siddharth Malhotra, Ajay Devgan, Rishi Kapoor, Sanjay Dutt.
Rishi Kapoor, Sanjay Dutt, Ajay Devgan. Ajay Devgan, I know he's worked with. Rishi Kapoor, I think he's worked with. Who's the other option?
Siddharth Malhotra.
No, there are 4. You gave me one more.
Siddharth, Ajay, Rishi Kapoor, Sanjay Dutt.
Siddharth Malhotra.
Sahi jawab.
Yeah.
I thought that he was going slightly Rishi Kapoor's way, but okay. So it's 4-2. Technically, he has won, but you can redeem yourself, Imran. All right. This is which of the following actors has John Abraham never worked with? Nana Patekar, Saif Ali Khan, Ajay Devgan, Hrithik Roshan.
Nana Patekar?
Saif Ali Khan, Ajay Devgan, Hrithik Roshan.
Hrithik Roshan?
Superb.
So he has redeemed himself with 4-3.
But he still wins, right?
He still wins and wins convincingly.
But even you should start giving out hampers in these games. You do it for free.
No, we tend to do that. It's just that
it's just that it's Zoom. That's why you can't. You can always courier it.
We can courier it. We can courier it, and we will be sending it to John for sure. It will be that one nice portable speaker will be coming to him very soon. So thank you.
If Imran you wanted, I'll give it to you also.
So thank you very much, John and Imran. Love you talking to you guys.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations for Mumbai Saga and all the best wishes. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi, this is John Abraham.
Hi, this is Emraan Hashmi.
And you're watching
us on Bollywood Hungama.